Hey YouTube, it's only me. I said that my last video was going to be my last video if I did have a miscarriage, but I just want to give you a quick update on the doctors and everything. Unfortunately it was a miscarriage. I had to go to A&E on, A&E on Sunday, it was, because I said on the Friday and Saturday, on the Friday the bleeding was lighter, but on the Saturday it got like slightly heavier, but on the Sunday it was like really heavy, which was abnormal. So I had to go to there and just wanted to get some answers whether it was a miscarriage or, you know. So, like, yeah, it was upsetting, you know, finding out and stuff. So I had to, they like took my weight and everything, and my weight was fine. They took another pregnancy test and that came up with negative. So they said for it to already come up with a negative pregnancy test, it must have happened like a couple of days before, but not actually came out, if you get me. For it to be still like that, to come up as a negative, because usually after a miscarriage there's still some pregnancy hormones left in you for it to cause a positive pregnancy test. So yeah, but it didn't, it came out negative. So they booked me in for a scan on the Monday, which was yesterday, and there was nothing like left. I'm really tired. There was nothing like left of the baby or fetus or whatever it was. But they said before you come, make sure your bladder is full. So stupidly, I drank a bottle of water that was like this big and this wide. Oh my gosh. As they were all in the like scan across, if they didn't stop when they did, I would have wet myself. Like seriously. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. They were just checking whether like anything was wrong with my uterus or womb or whatever you call it. But no, that seems pretty fine. It's just thinner than how it how can I say this, like after you've had a period your lining goes thinner. I'm saying that, see, it goes from like this thick and then it's like this because it fills up with like all tissues and stuff. After like, because it's like that in a pregnancy, but except you don't bleed. Like your tissues build up, and then they said that it's just like a late period, but it isn't because it's different. If I didn't know, then they would have just thought that it was a late period. But I explained to them that I was never late on and stuff. But yeah, after they took the pregnancy test and it came up negative, I said to them, they were assuming that I was stupid and that I actually wasn't pregnant, but I assured them that I'm not late on my periods usually, and that I went to the doctors, as I said, on the Tuesday to find out whether I was, or not, and took a test there and it came up saying that I was. And so a couple of days after, I took 3 more, and then a couple of days after that I took another 4, and they all came up saying positive. So I told her about that, and they booked me in for a scan the next day, and I've already explained all of that. But so sorry. Yeah, they booked me in for a scan, and there's nothing left. So they called my doctors to discuss some sort of contraception. Like the implant, which is a gadget or device or something. It's about this big, and it gets placed in your arm there, and then that lasts for 3 years. But there are some side effects to it. I'm so sorry. Some side effects to it. They can mess up your periods, and cause them to be irregular, stuff like that, which I didn't really want. But I got the injection, which is a needle that gets injected into the top of your bum. That lasts 3 months, but for the first 1 to 2 weeks you've got to use condoms. So that's why they gave me loads. You've got to use condoms because I don't think it's as strong. It won't not work because I've had a miscarriage. Honestly, I swear to God. Yeah, so they said that it should start working within the next 1 to 2 weeks, but I just need to be a bit precautious because of everything that's happened, and yeah, I'm surprised that the needle didn't hurt, actually. That, because I'm terrified of needles, oh my gosh, so terrified, especially needles when you go to the dentist as well, because they come at you with the needle, and it's just so scary, especially if you need a filling or anything and you put it into the back of your gum. That just really hurts. But yeah, there were other forms, obviously condoms, but we did use a condom when I fell pregnant, but the condom split, so that's why I prefer to be on something else as well as using condoms, just to be safe. But there was things like the pill or the little tea thing that gets put up you, but I don't really fancy that happening personally. But yeah, I can do questions and answers about my miscarriage, and if anybody's been through the same thing, then please comment, because just to let you know that I don't want to be the only one who's going through this. But I'm staying strong and stuff, because I know in the future that it'll happen when I'm more ready, and after I've got been to university and got all my degrees and everything. So sorry. Yeah, I got all my degrees and everything. Then I can give this baby whatever it wants. And hopefully my boyfriend will stay by me. So yeah, I might do another video just to talk about, how I don't know if any other people have been through this. But yeah, if I don't, then I'll see you YouTube. Bye.